Republican nominee for Pennsylvania Senate, Dr. Oz, and Democratic nominee John Fetterman having their long-anticipated debate this week. Fetterman had a rocky debate, and it was apparent he was having some major difficulties communicating even as soon as the debate started. Take a look.
As lieutenant governor, you're running for a seat that could decide the balance of power in Washington. What qualifies you to be a U.S. senator? You have 60 seconds.
Hi, good night, everybody.
Hi, good night, everybody. And it was bumpy after that, too, as well. Well, joining us now to discuss all of this is former Pennsylvania Senator and also Newsmax contributor, Rick Santorum. Rick, so great to see you here. What did you make, by the way, of the debate? I mean, it was really amazing because even some Democrats in Pennsylvania say that Fetterman should not have debated at all. They believe that his performance damaged his chances to win. And let me play another little sample and then get you to react. Here's some more.
I do want to clarify something. You're saying tonight that you support fracking, that you've always supported fracking, but there is that 2018 interview that you said, quote, I don't support fracking at all. So how do you square the two?
I do support fracking, and I support fracking, and I stand, and I do support fracking.
You know, Rick, to me, that was one of the most damaging moments of the debate, because not only did the moderator, I've moderated many debates, as you know, and not only did the moderator come back with a fact and say, wait a minute, you're contradicting yourself. His answer was fumbly bumbly, but it also went to integrity because he said, no, I'm standing by fracking. Did you think that was a pivotal moment in the debate?
It was, because John Fetterman's entire career in Pennsylvania has been as a radical leftist and someone who's been vocally against fracking. They used the one quote, but there's a whole, he's signed pledges. I mean, his like I said, he is sort of defined the left in Pennsylvania as lieutenant governor. And he's someone who's made no bones about the fact that he thinks it's a stain on the state. And so to dramatically change your position a few weeks before the election at a debate and not be able, and this is the important thing, not be able to articulate why, but to simply stand there. And I understand he has speech, they say he has speech problems, but that's not a speech problem. That's a cognitive problem. Not to be able to answer a question or provide any rationale for why you've now taken a position that's 180 degrees from where you've been through your entire political career is more than just repeating a sentence a few times. So it shows that John Fetterman is disingenuous, and number one, and number two, really not capable for the job. On the other issue you mentioned, which is the Democrats saying that he shouldn't have debated. Well, that doesn't surprise me because the Democrats have been hiding John Fetterman and lying to the people of Pennsylvania for the last 6 months about his condition. They believe that if they did what they did with Joe Biden, keep him in the basement, only have him very structured events where he can read things off a teleprompter, don't do any interviews, that they can pull the wool over the eyes of the people of Pennsylvania. And I think what happened was they had one momentary lapse of transparency. And now we get to see the results of it.
And you know, it's amazing, too. As you know, there have been so many people that have early voted already. And they delayed, of course, this debate until, you know, the umpteenth hour. So yeah, those people can't take their votes back. I want to also talk with you also, Rick, because the Pennsylvania debate wasn't the only big race. Republican candidate Lee Zeldin and incumbent Democrat Kathy Hochul, they went head to head. The big focus for Zeldin was crime. And he kept going over and over to her saying, you know, talking about crime, what is she going to do? And Kathy Hochul said she wasn't sure why Zeldin was so focused on it. And this got a lot of headlines. Take a listen.
This governor, who still, to this moment, we're halfway through the debate, she still hasn't talked about locking up anyone committing any crimes.
Okay.
Anyone who commits a crime under our laws, especially with the change they made to bail, has consequences. I don't know why that's so important to you.
And that really was like the big banner you could see. I don't know why it's so important to you that you want to have criminals held accountable, essentially. What was your thoughts? I thought that was a very bad moment for her.
Yeah, sometimes it's those offhanded remarks, at the end that provide a little window into who the person is and how they really see things. As you know, most people go into these debates rather scripted, and they know what they're going to say in response. What Zeldin did was continue to push the issue, so she sort of ran out of talking points and was obviously frustrated that he kept going back to that, and that frustration came through, and her lack of empathy and identifying what the most important issue is to the people of New York really came through at that moment, which was very damaging to her.
No crooked establishment.
None of that twisting the truth.
No talking down to me.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
I trust Newsmax.
Newsmax.
They don't tell me how to think.
They let
me decide.
Newsmax.
Real news
For real people.